Support for this episode was provided by Garnica Plywood. Challenge the ordinary with Garnica Plywood. And Waterlocks. Waterlocks lets wood be beautiful. Hey, what's up guys? So I've got a little bit of a delay with the modern cabinet that I'm building, and that's because there was a shipping problem with the veneer. I'm hoping that the veneer will arrive on Friday, and if it does, I'll get a little work done over the weekend. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on the walnut base. I'm making the base out of solid walnut, and I'm kind of designing this as I go, so we'll take a quick look at the drawing, and then we'll get to work. Here's a look at the original drawing, and you can see what I'm calling the foot of the cabinet is about 2 inches from the side. I'm going to bring the foot in about 3 or 4 inches on both sides, and I think that will add more of a cantilever to the design and give the design a more dynamic look and feel. This piece right here I'm calling the stretcher, and the stretcher will go through the foot. I'll use a lap joint, and I'll stop the stretcher about 1 inch before the side of the cabinet. The first thing I need to do is make what I'm calling the foot, and because this is 2 inches wide, I'll make this piece by laminating 2 pieces of 5/4 together. I'll get started by rough cutting the boards to length. I'm using biscuits to join the boards. The biscuits really don't add any strength to the joint, but they do help keep the boards aligned during the glue up. You want to use a good amount of glue, which means you're going to have a lot of glue squeeze out, and sawdust is a great way to clean that up. I've let the glue set up for about 2 hours, and now I'm ready to mill the boards to size. When I design a piece of furniture, I usually start with a small drawing. Then I'll turn that into a full-size, life-size drawing. But I always leave the option for change open because sometimes there's nothing like seeing the physical piece. So in this case, with the foot, I've decided to move the foot 8 inches from the side of the cabinet. And I think that gives the cabinet more energy, and it gives it that cantilevered feel which lends itself to modern design. So now that I know where the foot's going to go, I'll cut the stretchers and start working on the lap joint. I want the lap joint to start 3/4 of an inch from the edge of the board. So I've set my fence at 3/4 of an inch, and I'll make a cut on the scrap piece. I'll make the same cut on the work piece on both sides. Next, I'll move the fence over, removing a little bit of material until I have a nice tight fit with the scrap piece, and then I'll make the second cut on the workpiece. After the second cut is made, I'll simply remove the material left in the center. To make the lap joint in the stretchers, I set the fence at 7 inches and then repeat the same process. I've clamped this aluminum straight edge down in the center, and I've got the same reveal at each end, and I'm going to trace it and then I'll cut it with the bandsaw. Well, I've sanded all the parts and you can see I've got a nice tight fit, but before I put the base together, I've decided to add one more thing, and that's to use the router and add a slight chamfer to the bottom of the stretcher and the bottom of the foot. After letting the glue set up, I gave the base another light sanding, and then I applied the first coat of finish, which is Waterlox. That's going to be the finish for the whole cabinet. And this project I would consider one of my more major projects, and when it's finished I will have detailed plans, free plans that you'll be able to download off of my website. I'm breaking the project into parts because I think it's helpful for anyone building the project to be able to refer back to the playlist and just watch a video on building the base. And I might make one more on hanging the doors, because hanging the doors on this cabinet is a little bit more complicated than usual. So anyway, when it's all said and done, there'll be a playlist, there'll be detailed plans, and all of this is designed to help anyone out there building the project make a good project that they're proud of. So one other thing I wanted to talk about is my new channel, John Peter Shop Talk. If you have any questions on what I've done here today, or any questions at all, it's a really free form kind of a show. We talk about woodworking, wood finishing, really anything. So you can leave questions in the comment section. I try to answer those. And this is a channel where I post a video every Thursday. So I hope you'll check that out. I'll have a link in the description. As always, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon. To keep up with current projects, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. For vlog-style Q&As and shop news, check out my second channel. I'll have links in the description.